Where was the social anxiety coming from?
I mean, that's probably childhood stuff, yeah.
Did you not fit in?
Yeah, no, I never really felt like I fit in. I think it was challenging because I was one of the smarter kids in my class, and I was put in like special advanced classes pretty much starting in kindergarten. So I think that probably made me feel a little bit weird. And then just feeling like I had kind of an unhappy home life growing up, I think that also made me feel like I was really different from a lot of kids, even though, again, looking back, I'm like, no, everybody has their stuff that they're dealing with. No, and nobody's talking about it, so.
Yeah, it's interesting you say from a young age you didn't fit in, because I was 5 feet tall in kindergarten and I was really smart as well. So I was in like the GATE program, you know, the gifted and talented, and you're already weird, let's make you weirder and put you in another classroom and like have you have a special name or whatever. And I think that those things really sit with you. And I didn't realize how socially, how much I struggled socially from that. And even through high school, I would never even eat at the lunch tables. I would go into the ASB, like student council classroom, and eat with a friend or eat by myself, because I never wanted to walk out at lunchtime and not know where to sit. It made me panic.
I feel that, like,
or
as
like
you're saying,
no one invited you.
Yeah.
And so I totally understand what you're saying, because it's like such a horrible feeling. And then I think it creates the body image issues, and then the feeling like you're not good enough or you're not accepted. And it's just this story that's created in your head that, I mean, I don't know how old you are, but I'm 30 and I still remember those feelings like it was yesterday.
Yeah, definitely. I'm 33, so like it was basically yesterday. But no, it's like I feel that when you talk about that, like that rush of anxiety and dread you get when you think about not knowing where you're going to be placed socially, whether it's like where to sit in the lunchroom or if you're going to get picked for kickball or like anything like that. It definitely, I think it has a major impact on us. And I have had that experience, and I think I still have that experience of the not enoughness coming up, especially as I'm trying to grow a brand and like promote myself. There's so much like comparison that happens. And as much as I logically know that that's not like a great strategy, we still do it.
Yeah, it's funny. I was talking to this girl in New York recently, Katie Dalebout. I don't know if you follow her. She has a podcast. It's called Let It Out. She wrote a book. She's all about journaling, and we were talking about the doubt and the feeling like you're not good enough, and the comparison is what we always go to. And she made a great point. She said, that's never going to go away. We can pretend like we can make it disappear, but it's part of who we are as humans, and it's part of society. So what are you doing to reverse that when it happens in your head? Like, how are you getting yourself out of it? That's the conversation that needs to happen. Not, oh, well, we shouldn't do that and that's bad and we're not going to do it. It's what do we do when it comes about? So what do you do when you're scrolling through Instagram and there are other paleo chefs out there or girls that have an apartment that you want, whatever it is, and how do you say, no, I'm not doing that today?
Yeah, well, I definitely get off Instagram right then. I do sometimes. I'll even set a timer for like 1 or 2 hours that I don't allow myself to go into social media during the day. But if I do notice those thoughts start to come up, I have to remind myself, like we've been talking about, everyone is human. And, I remember that people are always presenting the best versions of themselves that they want you to see on Instagram and Facebook and wherever else they're posting images. So I just try to remind myself that, like, there isn't this, it's the grass is always greener, right? I'm like, no, everybody's the same. We all have the same issues and deal with the same insecurities. So just because I think her food photography is better than mine doesn't mean that anything is wrong with me. And if I do see someone who I think is achieving something really great, I also try to, instead of compare myself to them, like maybe switch to a perspective of curiosity. Like, is this an area that I want to learn more about? Do I want to grow more in this way myself? And kind of remind myself that, like, oh yeah, like even if this person is maybe achieving more than I am, I have a potential to grow also. So
Katie Dalebout also made a point about that too. She said, every time I look at another girl and I get jealous or I go into that comparison, I send her a message and I try to become friends with her. And I was like, that is brilliant. Because at the end of the day, it's not that you dislike her.
Right.
You want what she has, and you want to find that within yourself, and you want to recreate it, right? And I think every woman, if you messaged me and you said, I would love to like get coffee with you and talk to you and like learn from you, I would be so excited.
Right.
And I don't think it causes a competition or a comparison. Even if you're in the same field, if we do the same thing, I think that it adds to this like amazing sisterhood and like that possibility of what could be.
Definitely, because even as you're saying that, like I imagine how good it would feel to have somebody reach out to me, and like I've gotten messages from people before and they're like, I want to connect, and I'm like, oh my God, that feels so good. So that's such a good point that like I could do that for other people.
Right? Yeah. So we're gonna try that.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll get back to everyone on how that works.